Welcome to Indeed. It's the independent wrestling podcast. I'm Mike Hamley, here again with Righteous Reg. How are you doing today, dude?
In the building. It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, Righteous Reg. I'm having a great day, man. I've been going at it since very early this morning. I was on with Nick Hausman talking, or yesterday morning. I don't know. This is recorded, whatever. What do you want from me? I can't. I'm stoned. We're all stoned here. Just living life, enjoying it. Very excited about our guest here today, Mike.
Yeah, we do have a requested guest here joining us. Someone we wanted to get on the show. Someone other people have said, "Hey, get him on the show."
Oh wow!
Gives out all the introductions. Doesn't need one of his own. Got the voice of Game Changer Wrestling here.
Yeah.
Emil Jay, how you doing, man?
I'm doing real good. Thank you for that stunning introduction. Very nice.
I had to bring something for you.
Appreciate that. Yes.
Yeah. So we were just talking. Yes. Very cheers to Emil for being here. We are just talking before we got on air about we're about to head out to Vegas for a big weekend of professional wrestling. There's a lot of dope matches going on. Some stuff that I'm, of course, super interested in, specifically Vikingo, Gringo Loco, and Commander, just because you know how I like it and you know how I do out here. So, yeah, you're on your way. I'm about to have another one of those really fun Vegas weekends. Are you excited about being back in, it's not the city that never sleeps, the Sin City, I guess. What
Sin
the fuck
City,
do they call it?
City. What's what happens there stays there.
Yes,
town,
yeah.
Whatever. The home of the cheap buffet. I like Las Vegas. There's a lot of stuff there.
There is.
There it's just so. It's also good for like people watching and. Of course, like I feel at home there because all the casinos, being from Atlantic City, that's just the way life is for me. Mm-hmm. So but it's like big, it's huge out there.
It's giant, yeah.
A lot of things are happening out there. But it's like spread out kind of too, because you have like this strip on one side, then you have like old Vegas on the other side, and it's just like. There's stuff going on everywhere, though.
It's crazy because for us, it's going to be a big wrestling weekend, but that's like 0.00001% of what's going on in Vegas. You know what I mean? There's so many things going on in every point. And so many people are out there doing different things. It's a super interesting place. If you've never been, it's exactly like they depict on TV. Like you could die, very easily over drinking or getting stabbed somewhere in a dark alley. It's a great adventure if you want to if you're into that type of thing. You're not into that type of thing, Mike? You're shaking your head. No, you don't. You're not trying to die of dehydration or getting stabbed in the torso.
No, 5 days on the outskirts of Detroit was good for me already. So yeah, I've had my once every 35 years fill of the United States. I can live my sheltered Canadian life now for another, till I'm 70. At which point, if I take a bullet on vacation at that age, who the fuck cares?
Respect.
So
yeah, okay, I dig it.
Yeah,
I like Canada. I've been there. I was there twice.
Months
ago. That was awesome. I went from never being in Canada, period, ever, to going there twice within 10 days. In different, Montreal the first time, Toronto the second time. They're completely different.
Arguably the two best cities in the entire country.
That's what
after Hamilton.
Oh yeah, my
guy. After Hamilton.
My guy.
After Hamilton.
You drive through Hamilton to get to Toronto, right?
You do. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, you just pass through the greatness on your way to the B and the C town. Yeah.
Got to shut out 2 times. Congrats, Mike. I fucks with that. Canada. he got to get his shit off. No, so Elmo,
I love where
today,
you come from.
thank you again for joining us. You are the Mike said the voice or the ring announcing voice of Game Changer Wrestling, probably the most popular independent wrestling company on the earth. You've played many positions in professional wrestling to get to where you are right now. Did you think in the beginning that you'd be such a prominent ring announcing figure at this point, or did you just kind of we're just here some kind of wild ass way?
Yeah, I feel like I, I don't even know what to feel at this point because it's so surreal, like it's so bizarre, like the like I I I never thought that I would be having the chance to really see the country, let alone the world, on another person's dime, getting to do what I enjoy doing while doing that. Like and not only that, but like the talent that I've gotten to work with, like it's just insane. Like I never in my wildest dreams, like even when like CZW was like doing real well in like 2015, 2016, like I thought that was pretty much the peak. Like, all right, this is gonna be my deal. Like, because at that point, like GCW was, it was an idea, but like it wasn't really in execution quite yet. Very, very early beginnings for GCW at that time.
Right.
So like I never could have thought that I'd be where I am now. Like it's I feel very lucky that I've you know not because not only is it about like what you do and how you do it, but it's also uh, about who you know and keeping those relationships.
Straight
I
up.
feel, and like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I can, you know, like no matter how good I may feel that I am, or no matter how good somebody else feels that I am, I feel like because I have known Brett for as long as I have, that really helps me. Like I was sitting in the crowd with him at the at the ECW arena all the time before he made the transition as a referee uh, in the CZW into like what was that, 07, 08, something like that. Like we spent that time like around each other as fans, like week in, week out almost sometimes, because there would be like CZW one week and then PWU and then like Chikara and then like everybody was running the arena at that point. So like we knew each other from then. He got started in the business. Then I got started in the business not too long after. He looked out for me. He got me my first gig at CZW, really. He reached out to um, in like the early 2010s when ICW New York was getting started back up for like commentary, but unfortunately due to my work situation, I couldn't make it. And then of course, giving me the getting me on at GCW, I hit him up. He's like, "Yeah, you're always welcome." I'm like, yeah. So like, I feel like hard work definitely gets you there, but at the same time, like you never know where life is going to take you. Like I met Brett in 06, 07. I was friendly with him then, and we remained friendly. And now look, we're blessed enough to be able to do this. And like it all things just got us to where we're at. All of us working hard and having this relationship with each other, wanting to succeed together, because we've known each other for so long. Like like Jimmy Lloyd, Joey Janela,
Probably just gonna drop and come back.
Oh, I thought it was me. All right. He'll be back in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this happens when we do the video things with my internet for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It drops in, cuts in and out, but
It's all good.
technology.
hopefully it's salvageable in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
At
will
least,
be.
hey, at least yours comes back. Like,
Mhm.
so,
Yeah. It just goes away for like 20 seconds, 25 seconds at a time. For no
yeah.
good reason. My internet's fine. Like I don't understand, but whatever.
At the same time, though, like the beauty of it's like it sucks when it freezes and drops out, but like he's in Oakland and I'm in Hamilton and you're in
Right outside of Atlantic City.
Yeah.
yeah, and we're all like talking to each other on a video, so it's like you gotta take the good with the bad, I guess.
The future.
Yeah. Like technology is ridiculous. I can't even understand the fact that like televisions exist. But, like, whatever.
Hey, I love it because there's thanks to the wonderful magic of the internet, there's stuff like Fight Plus where
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I get to watch shows that otherwise I would have to hope that somebody filmed on like a camcorder or
Yeah.
the promotion
Right.
put out on DVD and I could order it. Otherwise, like I'd never see anything that I get to talk about every week.
Mhm.
It's crazy. Like I lived through both of those eras. I lived through like the hey, let's have an indie show and there might be a camera set up because like the referee wanted to tape his stuff, like
Right.
and he taped the whole show. Like that's
Mhm.
honestly that's why we have a lot of stuff in the mid 90s in like the tri-state area, Jersey, Philly, uh Delaware, a little bit New York area. Mike DeMuzio was a referee. He
Mhm.
would set up a tripod and record the whole show. That's why we have a lot of that stuff. So
Wow.
shout outs to him.
That's
but
history.
That's
yeah,
lore.
and then you would get to like, oh, okay, like indie wrestling is a thing we can sell tapes of. Okay, cool. And then it became like DVDs,
Mhm.
and then it became like Flow Slam. Not really.
That was a weird time.
Weird time, but
Mm.
there were a couple streaming things like Go Fight Live was a thing for a second.
Mhm.
Like Hybrid ENT.TV was a thing that we messed around with in CZW for a little minute.
Mhm.
But uh, over the course, excuse me, the past like going on 30 years, I've seen the transition from hopefully this gets taped to we can make money off of this, but you're not seeing it live, to we can get it out a little bit quicker on a better medium, to everything is streaming live now.
Right.
It's crazy. It's absurd.
Mhm.
Love it.
Mhm.
I love it.
Great time to exist in for wrestling fans.
Right? Like, but at the same time, imagine if the technology that we have now existed in like 2004, and you
Ah.
were able to
Oh,
watch, like the TPI 2004 live
Mhm.
from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
That would have been so sick, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it would have been dope.
yeah, and then
I was
like
gonna
the
say our
next,
PWG, but they're still not doing it. So it's like PWG now.
yeah, yeah. Hey, long live physical media. I mean,
Straight
as you
up.
can see
Mhm.
from the tapes behind me.
yeah, you've got a little merch business sort of in a way. I wouldn't say merch, but like, well, you do have merch, but merch aside, the DVDs. What's let plug your DVD packs. Let them know.
Was it kind of
Okay,
inspired off of that thing of like you wanted to have like a physical thing, or you just kind of want to start to create mixtapes of like your favorite shit?
like if I had the ability to like make my own compilations, I definitely would make my own mixtapes,
Mm-hmm.
and like shill them, because those would be jam packed. Like I used to
Mm-hmm.
do those on VHS tapes,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how to do it now. Old head, like
Yeah.
I haven't kept up. But basically, um, I have a huge collection of stuff, and I'm always talking about like wrestling that I like to watch, and people seem to be interested in the wrestling that I watch for whatever reason. So I figure, well, why not expose people to some of the stuff that I'm watching or some of the stuff that I have in my collection uh, by way of physical media, which is you don't like. I remember going to indie shows back in the day and just going to the tape table, going to the DVD table, and going home from the wrestling show with more wrestling to watch when I got home from the
Oh
wrestling show.
man.
You know, like that, like, but nowadays you don't have that because it's
No.
streaming live, and
Right.
like we don't make copies of our shows to sell because, I mean, would it even be cost effective for us? Like,
Wouldn't.
That's a good point.
Yeah, there's a. I can't think of anybody who does that. Because like, who even has a DVD player?
I remember where I was at.
Yes.
So, or do I?
Would it even be cost effective
to sell physical media? Yeah.
Yeah, because you can subscribe to Fight Plus for $7.99 a month and get it all. You know, like why? Like if you know about us and our product already, like, chances are you could figure that out. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe for big shows we could make DVDs and make a killing. Maybe that's an idea for the future. But for the most part, like nobody has physical media, even of themselves, like at their gimmick table. Like nobody has like best of Blake Christian, for example. Like,
right.
He doesn't have that at his table. Like when 10 years ago, that would be a staple at, you know, at the merch. So I miss that feeling. And also, like, people seem to like the idea of mystery packs or boxes or opening a pack of cards or not knowing what they're going to get, but knowing that they're going to get something of quality. So I figured, why not combine those two things and try to make something of it? And it's been working. And I enjoy making them because I just kind of get ripped and think, what would be 5 really sick wrestling DVDs to get? All right, divvy them out, and I'm like, oh wow, here's like a Best of Kawada, here's like a Best of Ray Jr., here's like a UWFI show, here's a WCW Saturday Night from '91 with commercials, and here's a All Japan Classics featuring matches from the '80s or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, that would be a pretty sick thing to get. Enjoy, random whoever gets this. You know, whatever. It just spread the joy of wrestling. But at the same time, make a little money on the road as well, because it ain't cheap.
Need it. Yes.
The Saturday evening TBS 90s commercials that would be on those WCW Saturday nights would be
fantastic.
Out there. 90s commercials were so crazy.
Yeah, they're dope. That's funny that you bring up the bringing home physical media. Remind me of this memory of going to this show. Probably was in 2002. I remember the main event was Super Dragon and Joey Ryan versus Taro and Excalibur, maybe. And I remember getting
CZW. Rev Pro?
No, this was GSCW. They did.
Yeah.
I think it was like one of the. It was like a 5-star match or something. It was like an epic show. I remember.
Yeah, it was that match got talked about. I remember. That's where I learned the letters GSCW from. I think.
Yes, exactly. I was at that show, and I remember I got bringing this shit around full circle. I purchased a CZW videotape. I think it was Fine Again. I remember the Seether song was the soundtrack of it, and It was when CZW had changed to the different build. They were in the arena, and then they went to like a different building.
Yes.
That was like, it was like dark and it was weird and it was super interesting. But yeah, you don't get that feeling anymore of like going to a show and then being like, I got this videotape or I got this DVD, can't wait to go home and fucking watch it. Now it's just like, I'm gonna go home and turn on all this shit we've been talking about and see everything in the world, which is great. And I'm happy for it. And I'm happy that we got there, but it's just like a lost art, I think. So, whatever. Emma, one thing that I really enjoy about you, and one thing that I'm happy that you're in the space, is that you are 100% yourself. When you see so many ring announcers that think, oh, I'm a ring announcer, I better put on a suit, I better blah, blah, blah. Here's my tie. I got to be like corporate, blah, blah, blah. And it just feels so forced and manufactured. And they have that voice. And like, it's like, none of them feel like themselves. It's like, there could be 10 ring announcers, but they're all just one person because they're all just trying to be fucking the new Howard Finkel or fucking Tony Chimmel or whatever, So what was that a conscious effort that you made off rip to be like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to be me the whole way through and not try to conform to this? Because I mean, in CZW, when you started, I see you in a couple shows with the suits and everything and looking dapper, but now it's like, Emil's going to be rocking what you would see him rocking any other day. He's himself. He gets to do his thing and it's dope.
The most insane wrestling t-shirt collection.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That Twitter page is crazy. I'm like, damn, dude, these shirts are insane.
Yeah, I hope I can make it to 365. Like I'm really hoping.
How do you?
Otherwise, I'll blow the whole gimmick. But thank you guys. Seriously.
It's okay. We'll count to 10. He'll be like right back.
He'll be back. That's it.
It's great. It's like
easy.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Look at that.
Perfect timing.
It's
perfect timing.
It's like reliably unreliable.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna drop, but we know it's coming.
It's gonna come back.
Coming right back.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand it, but anyways, again, like I gotta bring up Brett because like prior to the first GCW show, I take that back. I had done a couple GCW shows ring announcing, but it was like that 2015, 2016 period where it was still like not anywhere close to what it is now.
Right.
So I was suited up for those. I would, like you said, I would suit up for CZW, and I would still kind of bring my own flavor to it. But again, I was a dude at a hardcore wrestling show in a suit.
Whatever.
But that's what you're supposed to do.
Yes, exactly.
So I remember one time we show up to old Game Changer World in Howell, which, golly, you want to talk about outlaw shit. That place. Man. Anyway, we pull up, we get to the venue, step out into the parking lot. Within 15 seconds, somebody's like, yo, Emil, you want a dab? And I'm like, yes. So I walked over there. Like, I thought I was just on commentary that day, so let me get all these words going on in my brain that typically wouldn't be there. All right, let me get good and ready. It's like a 7:30 bell time, and I decide that I'm going to go in finally at 7:20. I had been there for 2 hours, mind you.
You took a couple dabs, I'm guessing,
More than one.
And then I go inside, and I hear somebody like, yo, Brett's been looking for you. I say, oh, what's up? He's like, yeah, we need you to ring announce today. And I'm like, what? All right. Cool. One problem. Not that I was like getting stoned in the parking lot, because like, duh. But like this is all I'm wearing, and I had like a Bam Bam Bigelow t-shirt, some ripped jeans,
Mm-hmm.
fucking whatever kind of Osiris sneakers I was rocking back then. Uh, WWF old school hat. I'm like, this is all I have. And he just looks at me and goes, yeah, be you.
Mm.
Yeah? Okay. And to tie it all together, that was the first time the phrase MDK all fucking day was ever uttered.
Oh shit! Wow.
Makes
So how
sense.
about that?
That's how you bring it back around. Wow, the first time that you were 100% yourself out there as a ring announcer, you coined the shit that's like your lifeblood right now, your
Yeah.
best ring announcing gig of the fucking god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage. That's insane. That's a great story. And
Yep.
you just were like, from then on, you're like, all right, well, we're going 100% and I'm gonna really do my thing from here on out.
Invented merch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a whole fucking brand. Really. Like
Wow.
I remember just like I didn't know what I was gonna say. Like I'll find the like I tweeted it out and I'll retweet it when I find it. But like you can tell like I was just going off the top of the head, like just saying stuff that was related to him.
Mhm.
But like you can see how it was kind of like the genesis of what the Nick Gage intro is now. But like it was real scatterbrained because I was going off the top of the head with it. I didn't know what I was gonna say until I was actually saying it.
Wow. You
Yeah,
freestyled it. That's dope.
pretty much. Like I was just in the zone at that moment, and like I don't even know what MDK all fucking day means, but like it sounds dope.
It sounds dope.
Well,
it's hard.
Right.
So, and then so you birthed that, which has now also like at like Homecoming with the Gage and Cardona match, that like evolved into a whole. Now it's an entire introduction, which like also has become merch for you, or merch now of its own. But then it's been adopted by almost anyone with any kind of initials ending in a K. They've managed to adopt it. People have twisted it into everything. Maki Ito and Nick Gage now. You got Maki Death Kill. It's there's a whole culture that was invented that day.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I mean, it was always a thing before that. Like he was saying MDK gang, like he was saying like murder, death, kill, like that was his thing. But just the MDK all fucking day, like that's just something that came out of my mouth. Like I don't know, like and like every time I hear it, I'm like, wow, that's cool. Like people really like that.
Did you when you're pretty prominent in GCW and do you take other bookings or is it just that GCW is so often that it's just kind of hard to be anywhere else?
Yeah, it's mostly that because I'm with GCW so often that it's rare that I get to work for other promotions. But on the rare occasions that I do, there are a few promotions that I do work for off and on. Like when available, I'll come in and ring announce or do commentary for places like Super Crazy Pro Wrestling, which is based out of Gloucester City, New Jersey now. And also H2O for Matt Tremont. When I can make it, I do commentary there. Also, Northern Federation of Wrestling. I ring announce for them when I can make it. And they typically run out of the Mecca, Ridgefield Park. But those would be the and I guess it's a I would say a subsidiary or an offshoot thing of H2O. But when Sean Henderson has his cards,
Mm-hmm.
Those are some wild cards too.
I love
yeah.
Sean Henderson. Sean Henderson presents.
Mhm.
He comes up with some crazy ass matches that
The-
you never know that you wanted to see until like you're like, yeah, I do want to see that. I wonder
Right.
how that's gonna work. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
the talent they're announcing for that next Marcus Mathers All I Want card is just
Yeah,
bananas.
absolutely.
I'm like, I don't know what like I'm running the matchups around in my head, and I don't even know which one I'm landing on to pick, because you could just put it all in a blender, just spit two names out, and it's gonna keep being good.
Some dope.
Yeah, that's really the best kind of roster to have in wrestling. That's why WCW was so good.
Yeah,
because they would just throw out guy versus guy on TV for 3 hours in a row, and it was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Give me
Big
Bobby
dog.
Eaton. Give me Bobby Eaton versus Super Colo.
Yeah,
all night long.
I'm taking it. I want it 1,000%.
No, man, where's the story? Who is this guy?
Mm-mm. No, give me Rick Fuller and
No, I can't.
Dragon tonight. I'll take it.
It feels gross to even pretend to be that guy.
I mean, that's how it is sometimes when
it is, though.
You know, you got to cross over to the other side. We got to start gatekeeping.
No, like,
that's the end result.
A little bit of gatekeeping is okay. Too much gatekeeping, no. But like, there is like maybe like base, like there's like a baseline level of gatekeeping.
Maybe like at least have a sewer drain.
Yeah.
At
minimum. At minimum.
Yeah.
Like maybe a colander or a strainer or some sort. I don't know.
The gate has a very particularly sized door.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as long as you fit up to the size of the door, you're good. But if you don't fit through the size of the door, you know, that's we need to do that, but with like hobbies and interests to an extent.
Too much. But yeah, recently, I don't know how deep you want to get into it, but recently there's been some things online about GCW and the man that you just put over very well, Brett Lauderdale, about some people that, you know, I don't really understand a lot that's going on, because a lot of the people posting are just like, oh, he stopped booking me, and then I'm like, okay, but what happened? Like, what did he do? Oh, he just stopped, and then he didn't contact me. Well, I'm pretty sure he's busy. Like, it's hard to get a hold of a promoter. So what is going on here, I guess, is my question. I'm like,
I don't know. From personal experience, I'll keep it so honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I gotta ask him a couple of times before I get my PayPal.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I might have just spilled the beans. But I get it, because like sometimes I hit him up, like I don't know where he's at when I hit him up to like get my money, because like I'm good, you know, like I'll get it when I get it. Whatever, I hit him up, yo, can I get it? And he'll be like, yeah, whatever. And then like stuff happens, whatever. I don't get it that day. I'll ask him again for it, and then I get it right away. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is that really the big a deal?
Right.
No, it's not. Mm-hmm. That's like the worst thing that I can think. The worst thing. And I just like, it's not even a thing. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I have to ask a very busy guy a couple of times to get my little booking fee. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I all things considered, that's not a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's everything else, like, dude's always looked out for me, even when I've been in sketchy scenarios, like with like accommodations, so to speak, when it's like a collaborative weekend, and perhaps the accommodations from one place didn't come through or they were sketchy. Brett was like, "Yo, I'll take care of that for you." He's always made sure I'm taken care of. I got a place to stay. Like I never had to worry. And from the first time that I started going on the road full time, I never had the feeling that I had to worry about getting my money or having a place to stay or having a line of communication, because if I need to know something, I'll just fucking ask him. And if
do you think that plays into the you guys being the long time thing you were saying before?
maybe
Is it just for you? Could it possibly be that this is existing for other people that are not as close to him?
But I mean, like, I see him interact with dozens of people every weekend, whether he's known them for a long time or not, and he's never like not he never is like, no, I'm not gonna talk to you right now. And then no, that doesn't happen. Like, approach him like a human being and ask him a question. It shouldn't be a difficult thing. Like, for example, like, I just know that if like if I walked in and I saw a different ring announcer and Brett told me that I was only gonna have like 3 matches and the other person was gonna be the lead, from the very first time that happened, I would be like, "Hey, Brett, what's going on? What happened?" I feel like, conversations can, like, if you want to know why something has changed, and if you notice something has changed, you can also bring it up to that person. Like, the person who's changing it doesn't owe you an explanation as to why it's being changed. They're the promoter of the show. If he wants it that way, that's the way it is. If he wants this talent on the show, that's what talent he wants on the show. If you go from all the time to sometimes to never, I feel like at some point during that timeline, if you're not being communicated to, maybe you should communicate it to them. What happened? What's going on? What can is something wrong? Should I change something? Like, I don't know. And I just feel like people are saying, "Oh, there's poor communication," when at the same time, when did you when you voice your concerns, like what happened there? When did you voice your concerns? Was it in the midst of things? Because, like, I don't know everybody's personal situation. I just know, personally speaking, that if something was changing and I noticed it at the time, I would take the initiative to ask to know for myself.
Yeah.
I mean, you see him enough. Dude's online. People have his phone number. Like, there's ways to contact. So, like, if there's an issue and you feel as though that you don't know why it is, well, then why don't you? You can ask, right? I don't know. But I guess everybody's situation is different. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of reasonable points, honestly. You look at the way people are, not only lining up to come work at GCW, but then also the kind of names that are always showing up on their cards and continually coming back, like people that probably wouldn't have to work anywhere if they didn't particularly want to. So,
and at the same point, like
those things, and
if you are being consistently, and if you're not happy with the way that you are being utilized, then speak up. If you feel like if you feel like something's not right with the way that he's got it planned or has it in mind, then bring it up. Voice your concern. I mean, I don't know. Don't just bring it up later. Don't not do anything and then complain about it later. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
for sure.
True that. Yeah, I mean, every situation can be different. No one really can say on either side what is what. And I just sometimes wish it wasn't so much online. Like, I don't want to be one of those guys, but like, do we have to have this whole thing on the fucking Twitter timeline, you guys? That's just kind of tacky,
Yeah. I agree. Because like, why is this anybody's business but this person and this person?
Exactly.
Why does anybody else have to know this situation?
We shouldn't know this to be discussing this right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I love pro wrestling. I want to know all types of shit, but there's some shit I should not know. I shouldn't be in tune with this. I shouldn't be in between or involved or hearing about any of the shit. Keep that shit back there, bro.
You know what I want to know, Emil?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the last time I talked to you, I don't know if you even remember. It was a while ago. It was leading up to the Hammerstein show with Cassidy Haynes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I did a lot of podcasts.
That was that was actually, like, I think my second or third time interviewing anyone, and so we're like, we're leading up to the Hammerstein show. It was funny because that seemed like that was like a kind of like a pinnacle type moment of big milestone achievements for Game Changer Wrestling. But then thinking about everything that GCW has done actually since that show, in hindsight, there's so much, like, we were thinking of some of the names that I remember we were talking about some of the names that you'd introduced just kind of in that like recent stretch from like the again, like the Cardona Gage homecoming to like that Hammerstein period. But then really thinking about it since then, like you just announced Kota Ibushi's first wrestling appearance in fucking forever.
Yeah,
in Los Angeles.
Akiyama, Negro Casas.
Negro Casas, like, what's happening? And that's just one weekend.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
That's absurd. Like, that's so, like, and for me, like, the kind of fan that I am, like, that is so much cooler to me than, like, doing WrestleMania, honestly. Because like I hate to say it, like a lot of these guys now, like, I don't have that, like, I don't have as deep personal fan feeling for them as I do a lot of the legends that come through to like GCW and stuff, because like like the Negro Casas, Jun Akiyamas, and even like the Doug Gilberts and Tommy Riches, like anybody in between, Champagne, even like anybody, like all these dudes, like when I was just a fan, I loved those dudes. Like I was into watching their matches.
Like Maven.
The king of Sunday Night Heat.
Yes, straight up.
His drop kick was crazy. He had great theme music.
Yeah,
Maven was awesome. Like, I'm not gonna front.
Yeah.
Like I really like. I really like Maven. So like,
Mhm.
but yeah, that's just like another example. Like that to me hits harder than like, okay, yeah, I might be in a big room and in front of a lot of people and I might be making a lot of money, right? But like and this is like no offense to anybody in the WWF, but like I'm not fans of yours like I am of these guys. Because like I didn't grow up watching Baron Corbin. Okay. I just didn't.
Hey, you mean your dream isn't to stand in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania and introduce Bray Wyatt?
Don't.
No, the Emil Bray Wyatt announcement might be kind of lit though.
Oh, it would be even lower energy than my Matt Cardona intro from Homecoming.
Nice.
It would be so
That's-
low energy.
That's an absolutely deflated sounding human.
Right?
Yeah. Like
I was reading like after like because like obviously that clip went viral of like people throwing shit and like the announcement of Cardona winning and like people were like, man, the announcer sounded sad.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no shit, Mr.
Yeah,
GCW just got beat by the outsider. Like,
yeah.
The guy that I do the big intro for, like, he just got beat, so I'm upset. Sorry.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like people were like catching on to that. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I liked his list that he put out after. Just it had you down as the Mark ring announcer.
Yes.
He did his Cody Rhodes list with the GCW title.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah.
The Mark ring announcer with the bootleg Double J T-shirt.
Fuck you, Matt Cardona. No one likes you.
You gotta say his name a lot lately too. Him and Steph Delander have been they've been around at GCW.
Everywhere.
Like
everywhere.
They're
hate them and I hate it.
Man.
Unbook them. Let's not see them any.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, Cole Radrick
can't get away.
Cole Radrick beat Matt Cardona this weekend, so
yeah, that was really cool.
We got something to celebrate. Yeah,
that was a good day.
So Emil, at a lot of these shows, you are doing double duty. Not only are you ring announcing, but you're getting in for commentary with the world famous Dave Prazak. Shout out to Dave. He be destroying it on commentary very much recently. How do you prepare to do both things? I'm sure that a lot of this tape study and DVD things, like you get to learn a lot of wrestling acumen going through that. But how do you prepare? Just like, oh, today I'm going to be doing double duty today.
I just do it.
Smoke a bunch of weed. Go for
it. Oh yeah, yeah. Like, I came in the game doing commentary.
Yeah.
So I'm very comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and obviously, like, I'm around the product all the time.
Yeah.
I'm on the road with it. So, like, at any time, like, sometimes I do have a feeling, depending on where we are. Like, I know that if we're going somewhere in the Midwest, we most likely have Nick Manoa coming around. But and then for a lot of time, I know Veda Scott's around. So I'm not really like stressing about it. But sometimes I do know that we're going into places where there isn't anybody else booked or it would make sense. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm probably going to have to do commentary this weekend. A lot of times in LA, I know like Jordan Castle will get to call some matches, but for the most part, it's me and Dave. But anytime that it's necessary, I'm just ready to go. Like, and I think stylistically, like it suits me because I'm just able to just like kind of just like hop in and kind of just like info dump or like stream of conscious. Like for example, the other day in Harpo's, somebody did a Michinoku driver in the first match, and I brought up Christopher Daniels versus Taka Michinoku on WWF Jacked.
Mm-hmm.
And but I also said that it was Independent Wrestling Hall of Famer Chris Daniels.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So like
yeah,
it's just like whatever's coming to my wrestle nerd brain at that time. And I honestly think that's what people want out of me.
totally.
You know, I feel like a weird like Mike Tenay-ish kind of figure where I just pop in and just blurt stuff out. Like I never know what I'm gonna say commentary wise until I see it or it comes out of my mouth. Like
right.
There's really no mental preparation at all. Like I'm just ready to get to call some wrestling. Like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'm happy.
Am I here now?
Yeah, you're here.
Oh, my shit just froze for a second.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Am
it's
I
not
here
me
now?
for one time.
It's my turn now. Reg is next. So
Stoners with the podcast. This is how we
it's gonna happen. You're next.
Don't jinx me. Don't put me in this.
What do you mean? This is how it works.
No.
This is how it works.
So you're back.
I am back. Yes, apparently.
You're here.
Allegedly.
Life in the city, kid.
Allegedly, I am back.
We gotta put over some of these big matches happening this weekend because I think it's very important that we let the fans know that on top of what's happening on a big show on Sunday, there's going to be some great independent wrestling that you could catch anytime that there's weekends or consecutive days like this where there's a lot of independent wrestling going on in one place but in different areas. It's always awesome. I love being around this kind of energy. I'm excited to get to Vegas because it's a really great time being at Emil says like at the nerd bar. Shout out to the Human Tornado. I know he's gonna be out there. It's just great to see a bunch of homies just like having a good time and getting to it. So like I said, my most anticipated match is this triple threat with Vikingo, Gringo Loco, and Commander. How has it been to be able to see such great lucha wrestling like in front of your eyes almost every GCW show at this point? Is it just like your little 1996 Nitro dream?
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's like I love Lucha Libre. Like ever since I saw Ray Jr. and Psychosis on ECW TV back in '95, I was like, what are these guys doing?
Yeah, what is this?
This is sick. So like I've always enjoyed Lucha Libre, and having it so prominent within GCW and getting to call a lot of those, like I've been on commentary for both both worlds on Lucha, I guess would be the plural of that. You know, doing that and just like those like wild like trios tags that we do in LA and even when Gringo Loco is getting violent with Psycho Clown. We had fucking Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah.
Like the coolest thing, one of the coolest things ever for me was like getting to be on multiple shows with Dr. Wagner Jr. And like him recognizing me. And like I remember what show was it? I forget what show it was, but this man, Dr. Wagner Jr., put his arm around me. He was like, he goes, El Voz de Lucha. He called me the voice of wrestling. Dr. Wagner Jr. with his voice called me the voice of wrestling. That's sick.
That's a moment right there. That's on the resume right there.
Yeah.
You're like, that's so sick. And like throwing no shade, but like that's not gonna happen. I mean, that might could happen on an episode of AEW Dynamite.
Yes.
Possibly. So I won't fully count it out. But that ain't gonna happen on fucking SmackDown, I'll tell you that.
Definitely not.
Right. So like,
I don't know. Pat McAfee's doing a hell of a job.
He's a good wrestler, dude.
Yeah. You know what though, the lucha stuff in GCW it's top tier, and again it really throws me back to being a kid watching WCW and ECW like cruiserweights. The Macizos this weekend. So you actually, with your love of lucha, have been learning some Spanish. It sounds like you've been, you're introducing the Macizos purely en Espanol every show now.
Yeah.
But also Crazy King got down or up, I guess. And
it's my first time seeing him.
Yeah, they had their US debut as a trio this weekend, which again, all the firsts happening at GCW. It's kind of crazy.
Crazy King got crazy for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Him and John Wayne Murdoch tore that bitch down, man.
Yeah.
Like Harpo's, we get away with murder there. Such a great place. Such a great place. Like if you're like a deathmatch fan for GCW, I mean, obviously we have Tournament Survival, Cage of Survival coming up in just a matter of 10 days at this point, something like that. Obviously that's the biggest probably, but just for like throughout the year, Harpo's is your spot for deathmatch.
Hoodfoot's debut when he was like pouring salt on Alex Colon was that was gnarly. Which also brings me to this weekend in Vegas. Cole-Radrick's in a death match again.
Back at it. Good for Cole.
He's wrestling Rina Yamashita for the Ultraviolent title. Haven't seen Cole-Radrick in a death match in, I don't know. I feel like it's been a long time.
It's been a little minute. I feel like, which that's okay.
Yeah.
He's been crushing it lately.
He has been. He's been absolutely destroying it. Shout out to Cole.
Again,
I mean, like, because the next time he goes into that death match is gonna be big. It's gonna have been a while since he's last done it. So like,
Rena's a good person to mix it up with.
Rena's a good person in general.
Yeah,
she's great.
Straight up.
Her being around is wonderful. Like everybody in that locker room is just good to be around. It's just good vibes all around. Oh wait, I forgot we're toxic. Sorry.
Yeah, it's bad back there. Everybody, you are. You can't be saying this shit because CZW's toxic. You guys are doing cocaine and heroin and all kind of crazy shit back there.
Wait, did you see
crazy?
Did you say CZW?
Oh, my bad. Look at when I say the CZW, I start talking about heroin and shit.
Shit.
My bad. Look, I apologize. We're talking about GCW.
Yo, CZW catching strays out here.
No, I like CZW. I just did a round table. They just had Best of the Best. Watch Best of the Best, you guys, on Premier Streaming Network. Like I'll just put them.
I saw that they had that. It was also for their title and everything, right?
Rich Schwann's the new GCW champion. Look, I'm getting it mixed up. CZW, damn it!
Oh my god,
I love it.
Reg is
I'll tell you what. there are some times when I'm in the ring, like doing introductions, where I'm telling myself in my brain, like, man, don't say CZW, because like I did it for so many years. Like I did
Right.
CZW for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like one of these times I'm just gonna be like, and introducing the Combat Zone Wrestling. Oh, fuck. Whoops.
The Messiah. Right. Wait, what? No, Messiah's
What?
not here, dude. What do you
He's
mean?
not even here. What are you talking about, dude?
It's okay, man. Tournament of Death
Oh.
weekend is right around the corner.
Tournament of Death weekend. Ah, you funny guy.
Yes.
It's TOD, TOS.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, but for real,
That's
that's good. That lineup for tournament survival is wild.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's gonna
Killers.
be insane.
Killers. It's gonna be a gnarly tournament.
Mystery entrant number 12 announced today.
Did I
It's a
miss that?
mystery. I don't even know who it is.
Oh, it's a
mystery.
Entrant number 12 is a mystery. I didn't see that earlier today. What the hell? Oh, I worked today. That's why. Never mind.
Yeah, it was like right before we started recording, I think.
Oh, okay. That's definitely why I didn't see it then. It's gonna be right over here in my it's gonna be right over here in my Twitter notifications.
I don't know who it is. I don't know any matches before they're announced. I don't even know what dates and venues we have before they're announced on Twitter. Like I just see them.
Those are genuine surprises when you're like, oh shit, we're going to blah blah blah. Like that's the first time you see it.
Yes. It's real.
That's wild.
That shit is real.
That's wild.
Like I get the notification. He tags me in the notification in the tweet. I'm like, oh, cool, awesome.
Guess I'm gonna be at blah 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 in 2 months.
Yeah, can't wait. Let's go. I've never been there before. Oh, and there he goes.
Oh, he's out.
He's gone.
Unbelievable. We're supposed to be a professional podcast, just dropping out. We got guests here trying to live their life, and he's just gone. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm here.
Going out for a pack of smokes, man.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go get some a sandwich real quick. Like, bro, we have a show going.
Never see him again, man.
So I guess you got a little bit into it saying that you'd like to that doing GCW and announcing some legends that we grew up on is kind of like a better fit for you than being at WrestleMania. Do you have any kind of like goals that you still haven't accomplished yet that you'd like to get into before it's all said and done?
I came to the realization of very shortly after the collective that when it's all said and done, if it's still a thing that exists by the time that it's appropriate for me to be included, I feel as though that the most fitting goal for me would be to be in the Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day, anything else in between time, like who knows, like like it, like for me, like it was cool to ring announce Scorpio Too Cold Scorpio one time, let alone
a lot of times,
and for us to be homies.
Yeah,
like that's like one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Like,
yeah,
that was never like, it's just a thing that happened. It wasn't like a goal of mine to like do any of that, but it just it just happened. But in like if you phrase it in terms of what's a tangible thing that you could aspire to attain or do, it would be that.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know what? I'm not capping when I say this. You made it, dude. You got it already. That's like not even like a joke. Like the work that you put in all ready to get to this
Oh
position,
damn.
and how you probably dropped out. I'll give it up to you when you come back. All the homies are dropping out. But I'm not. I'm here forever. The infamous stream. Me.
Yo, they got you giving me a compliment. And now I'm going on a tour of my house.
I was trying to give it up, and they was like, "Nah, we're not gonna let this brother give it up."
Right. I am not getting put over right now at all whatsoever. That's some bullshit.
No, but
I
for
go,
reals, I think that honestly, you earned it, man. Like you are wrestling is about, for me, it's about fun, it's about passion. I know we're like in it, and we're and sometimes it gets muddied up, but like
right.
to me, passion, excitement, fucking just really loves this shit. That's what it's about for me. And you just exude that shit. You make CZW shows fun. You add a different element, like I said, with the ring announcing, with all of that. It's different. You're trying to be yourself. And dude, if anybody's gonna be into uh the Indie Hall of Fame, it's fucking Emil, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Mhm.
appreciate that. Like, I've been at this thing for a little minute now. Like my first show is November 2008.
Oh shit.
Coming
That's
up
a
on 15 years of this shit, dude.
damn, dude. That's a long fucking time to be in this shit.
So like going back to like when we were first talking, like yeah, it is a lot of hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of hard work that goes in it, but at the
Mhm.
same time, like you have to keep these relationships. You know what I mean? And
Right.
like, uh, one hand washes the other. But at the same time, if I didn't work as hard as I did to, you know, be able to do what I'm able to do, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't care who you are. Nobody on their first try is going to be able to do what I do,
Right.
right? Like
Mhm.
you just it comes with experience and
Mm-hmm.
being comfortable and knowing what to do, and like even when it comes to like when it's like the main event in ring introductions, like you got to give it the right amount of time to give the people to react before you start going again.
Mm-hmm.
like
Mhm.
like knowing that timing, like you don't just like learn that in a book or whatever. Like you have to feel it, you have to experience it to be able to know when and where to jump in, when and where to do your thing. um and like like I said, having been involved for nearly 15 years, like it like I take it really like I really don't really realize it a lot of the times,
Mm-hmm.
like because like I'm just going with the flow. But then when I take a step back, I'm like, damn, I really have been doing this shit a long time. I really did put in the miles and the effort, and I worked all these little ass shindy shows that don't even exist on Cage Match. Like I did this. Like I've been doing it. Like and now like I'm getting to travel all over the place and have merchandise and people give a fuck about who I am. Like, well, shit, that's cool. You know?
That's pretty
Uh,
wild when you think about it. There's not a lot of ring announcers that have merch.
no, it's like me and Larry.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, Rich Palladino should have some because he's
Yeah,
great.
he is
Yeah.
great.
Like Larry and Rich, they're my OGs. They're like my they weren't there like right when I first started.
Mhm.
When I first started, I didn't have nobody to like guide me along. Cause like everybody is like, ugh, I want my spot, you know, like especially at that time. But like uh once I started getting to know Larry and then a few years later Rich, like I'm like, yeah, those are the guys I can look up to. Like
Mm-hmm.
And that's why me now, anybody who wants a chance, I'm cool with you. Just don't be a shithead. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like that's why when we go to Chicago and the Midwest, like
Yeah.
Kirby, boom, I'll
Yeah.
get you some matches to ring announce. Mose, let's throw you on commentary.
Good shout.
Jordan Castle, let's get you a couple matches in here.
Denise to announce some matches at in LA.
LA, yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly. Like if you're around and like you do this, like, and you're cool, I have no problem with sharing the spotlight.
Mhm.
And you know, if you have any questions or need any pointers or anything like that, I'm more than happy to give them.
Mhm.
Like it's like I'm comfortably fine where I'm at. Like I know I'm good. But at the same time, I can share the spotlight with other people and let them shine too. Cause we're all in it together. Like I want everybody's wrestling show to be good.
Mhm.
And if you can come in as a visitor and like do your thing and get a rep in and you know get fired, like you know that GCW crowd does something to people. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
fires people the fuck up. And if it gives them energy for their next local show, whatever, by all means, let's go.
That yeah, that Toronto crowd for me, like watching that through like a local resident's perspective, like seeing that venue filled up with a wrestling crowd, which I don't think there's much wrestling that goes down in that building in the first place.
Right. Didn't
It's
seem
like
like
no, it's like when the show was announced, I heard when I saw the venue, I was like, how does that work? Because like the floor space where the ring was is like very limited. The ring is very close to the stage, and like at the other side, the like raised bar area is like patio, or the raised indoor bar area is like not that far away either. But
right.
seeing a wrestling show there for me was like crazy, and like seeing the stage filled up with like GCW fans, and then you know Mike Bailey and Masha are pulling a ring apart, and
That was insane.
man, the wildest stuff ends up happening at GCW shows, and you're generally like less than 50 feet away from it. So we usually on Indeed, when Reg and I don't have a guest joining us, we'll do each week we do like our top 5 matches that we saw in the last week. But you've seen some absolutely crazy shit over the years being at GCW. If you had to spit out like 3 to 5 of your you need to see this match GCW matches, what would you throw out there?
That's
You don't have to give necessarily 5. You can just spit some out. No ranking or anything.
Like, I think like if like throwing it back to like the earlier era of GCW, I certainly think that the that Nick Gage Matt Tremont match with like all the cinder blocks in the ring and the wine rack with the light tubes and the owl days. That's one of the most brutal death matches ever. Like it's crazy. Like of course, like because like really you have to go back. Like, do I include Joey Janela versus John Zandig? Like that's a thing that like that was a huge thing. That really like that was like our first viral thing, you know, like but also like you got Nikki and Ricky Shane Page from Run Ricky Run and also Spring Break. Those both were nuts.
In Tampa, right? Was that Tampa?
Tampa, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then like there's a bunch of like really random ass matches that are like under the radar that are like crazy though. Like for example, the first show that we did in Houston, I think it was Fight Club Houston. There was a match between Matt Justice and Mysterious Q. That was fucking awesome. There was a match in Los Angeles. It was Ninja Mac versus Arez. That match was nuts. In Dallas, the last Dallas show that we did before the collective last year was a tag match. I think it was Jordan and Nick. Yeah, Jordan and Nick against Ninja Mac and Dante Leon. That match was awesome too. But then, like, also from that show, Psycho Clown and Gringo Loco. There was a Lucha Libre 6-man tag from the December Los Angeles show, December 2022. I forget the exact combination, but I remember that being incredible.
That's when Commander was doing. He went wild on that one. He did the running Phoenix splash on that.
Commander, Arez. I think that had like
Those Vipers.
Yeah, Toxine was in that. I remember.
Yeah, that match was insane. Of course, like from this year, like if I'm gonna tell anybody to like check out a show or a couple of shows, like if you like just like straight up wrestling, the Jersey J Cup this year was it like that's like I don't know, like from my era. Yeah, my era indie fan, like you talk about an independent wrestling tournament, that shit used to be fucking special. You would walk into that venue and it would like feel different. Like I remember walking into like a best of the best. The air was different. I remember walking into like even what did Ring of Honor have? What was it? Survival of the Fittest or whatever the fuck. Like
King of Trios,
Young Lions Cup, Super 8, whatever. Like over on the West Coast, of course, Battle Los Angeles. I never went to one of those, but or the TPI, as I brought up earlier. Like those shows felt like so much more important, I guess. To me, like it was like a sport type thing, atmosphere. And like I hadn't felt that in a long time, but this year's Jersey J Cup brought that back. I thought like
that's dope. You can watch that on Fight TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these joints you can watch on Fight Plus, like the whole back catalog. I shouldn't say the whole, but like
a lot of stuff. Like 95% of it is there. I think everything from like just before spring break 3 and onward is there.
If we're making a CZ, why do I keep doing that? GCW recommendation. My favorite GCW shows of the year are Backyard Wrestling because, of course, I love Backyard Wrestling.
Crazy.
The Backyard Wrestling shows on July 4th are so fucking fun, man. Everybody's in their old Backyard Wrestling gimmick. Everybody is just having a fun time. They're in some random backyard. There's a pool. Everybody's getting drunk. It's like the most fun show of the year. And, you know, Backyard Wrestling is the fucking best. So it's just all the really super dope elements you could want from a kind of a show like this.
Dylan McKay going off of the shed through that flaming table last year that's like
that was fucking nuts.
I don't want to make a pun, but it is like burned in my memory.
Seriously.
It is gnarly. But okay. So I guess if we're gonna go GCW recommendations, then mine is I like deathmatch wrestling. That I just watched. I've been going through some old TOSs, and I just recently watched Jimmy Lloyd versus Great Sasuke from Tournament Survival 4.
Yeah,
And that shit was fucking awesome. I loved that.
Did I ring announce that show? No, I didn't. I was on commentary, I think. For
I think
like
you might have been.
Like a couple matches, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it was still in the
Yeah.
it was
in the carousel room, I know that.
It was that was in the KG and rotating commentator era.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
I think I did a match or two on that.
Or was it Dave? No.
No, Dave.
No, definitely
not Dave.
no, not for 4. No.
No.
Yeah, it was the KG plus rotating guest era.
Yeah.
But
because that is like even like what 2019.
Yeah, it was a while back. It's my fight. It's like my weekend. You know, when I'm just chilling and playing games, I have 2 monitors. So I play like I'm just sitting here playing games on my one monitor, and on my side monitor, I'm like, I'm gonna go watch a wrestling show from somewhere from the 20 teens. And just throw something random on, and like it usually depends on what's coming up. So right now, it's we're hitting TOS season, so I'm on my deathmatch shit right now. So I'm going back through older events, trying to kind of prepare my eyes for the ultra violence, especially with this year's field. It's fucking crazy. And then Masha is putting the GCW title on the line against whoever wins TOS the next day in Cage of Survival, which is fucking badass as fuck for whoever's winning that tournament to be like, all right, I'm going to go win this brutal tournament on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I have to go fight the world champion in
less than 24 hours later.
In a structure made for nothing short of destruction.
So in less than 24 hours, the person who wins Tournament of Survival is going to have 4 death matches in 24 hours.
Oh my god.
It's gnarly.
At least one of them being a triple threat, considering the fact that you have 12 or at least 12 people in the tournament. So that first round is gonna at least the first round is going to have to be triple threats. So you're looking at a triple threat match, a triple threat death match, and then 3 other death matches in 24 hours. I don't know. I don't know if that's... I like talking about it. I don't want to do that. Not for me. Not for my body.
It's definitely better to talk about than to be dragged through glass. I'm chill.
I don't know when I missed this, but I was looking at TOS on my side monitor here, and I missed a talent announcement for it, and I just got so fucking happy because it means a lot to me as a Canadian to see number 11 fucking Green Phantom.
Oh yeah, shout out to Green Phantom,
the hardcore fucking hero. I'm so stoked right now. Which I'm glad to see that also the friendship made with through violence with the IWS folks has led to some of our good old Canadian folks coming for some GCW action.
Yes, by all means.
Hopefully Fresh Air and TDT can come sometime soon too. Getting out of Canada sucks.
Please bring them out. We should probably get to wrapping this up, I think.
Yeah.
My thing is really on the fritz.
It's
like
probably
3 times. That's like
we're going. We should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna trim all the disconnects out and then.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's all good.
It's fine. I literally had to fucking update my Windows.
Yeah, he left.
I disappeared. I had to update Windows because my Windows the version updated apparently, and one little thing in the update made it so my graphics card was undetectable by Windows. So when I rebooted my computer, it didn't work. So anyway, Yeah, when Emily, it's okay. When he comes back, we'll hey,
again.
It's all good. It's all good.
Happy. It was going so well too.
It's all good, man.
It's cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Oh well.
It's all good.
Again, I had to update my whole ass computer, so it's cool. All right, so we know what you've got coming up this weekend. GCW's got a crazy busy weekend in Vegas. Everything coming up. Tournament of Survival is coming up next weekend. Homecoming's not too far away from that. Trip to Japan, a trip to Germany, whole bunch of crazy shit happening for GCW in 2023. And if the people want to follow along with you and find out, your perspective on all of this, where can they find you at, Emil?
The best place to find me is on Twitter at the Emil Jay, TheEmiljay. The same thing on Instagram. I'm really bad at Instagram. But if you have wrestling shirts that you make and sell, bootleggers, I support you. So if you do that, slide in my DMs. I like that. But otherwise you can catch me at anywhere GCW is running. Like like you mentioned, we have Las Vegas this weekend, Atlantic City the first weekend of June. Then we're going to Los Angeles again on June 17th. June 23rd, we'll be back in Chicago. The 24th and 25th of June, we will be in Alabama again, Huntsville and Florence, respectively. We have their debut coming up in Hartford on July 8th. In conjunction with Jersey Championship Wrestling. We have the Big Ass Birthday Bash at the Mecca the following day on July 9th. We're going to be in New York on the 14th of July at the Melrose Ballroom. Then we're going to Japan. We're going so many places. And I can't wait to be a part. And we just announced goddamn Tijuana. Fuck.
Lit. Yeah, super lit.
Yeah, like I've never been to Mexico before. Looking forward to that. Like it's gonna be super cool.
Literally going everywhere.
Literally anywhere I can go, I will go. And just hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and or catch me at a show. Purchase a DVD pack, and enjoy wrestling. That's really all I can. That's really the entire message I want to send. Just hang out and enjoy wrestling. It's the best form of entertainment there is in the world. So why wouldn't we just hang out and enjoy wrestling?
And enjoy it specifically.
Yes.
Just enjoy it.
Yes. Even if it's bad, it's good.
Even if it's bad, it's good.
Yeah.
The only good wrestling is great. Bad wrestling is good. Boring wrestling fucking sucks.
Boring wrestling blows bad wrestling out of the water 5,000%. Yeah.
Just don't be boring, and I'll enjoy it. You don't have to be good. You can be terrible, and I'll still fucking love it because it's fucking funny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just don't
be boring.
Don't make me have a reaction in which I feel like I should be owed this time back.
Right.
Like it's not worth it for anybody.
I agree.
100%. Where can everyone find you at, Reg?
You can find me every Saturday. I'm on the Graph City podcast. Every Wednesday, I'm on Indeed with Mike. Every Thursday Thursday night, I'm on the Ring of Honor. Every Thursday, I'm on the Ring of Honor.
Indeed. How do I do it?
Not that way. The other way. The other way.
Ah!
He's like,
I couldn't figure it out. I'm so bad at remember that video game Pilot Wings?
No, I can't say I remember that one.
You had to like be an airplane aviation pilot guy. An airplane aviation pilot guy. Okay. There had to be a pilot, but like up was down and down was up and left was like it was opposite.
No.
It was fucked up. Anyway, I'm sorry. I fucked up your plug.
No,
Reg.
it's not good. Every Saturday, Wrestling Podcast with Phil Lindsay. Every Wednesday, I'm on with Mike on INDIED, talking the best independent wrestling. Every Thursday, I'm on the Ring of Honor post show with Kate, talking Ring of Honor. Got a new rap out right now. It's called Full Stop. You can check that out on Twitter. I got some more raps coming out. I'm having a great time. I'm about to be in Las Vegas this weekend. I'm gonna get drunk and high with this guy right here on this pod this weekend. You know I'm gonna find the guy. Very excited about this. So yeah, again, thanks for joining us, Emil. You're one of those guys, man. Excited for your future, and I know you're gonna continue to do dope shit.
Thank you so much, Reg. And hey, we might have to have a Scythe in Vegas.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Hey, I'm into it.
Just go back and forth. Like I'm jumping. I'm thinking about jumping back in that battle rap ring.
I saw your tweet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm. It's the juices are flowing. I've been watching a lot of material lately. I'm getting my mind in that mood. We spoke about it outside of LA.
We did.
And you know, I feel like I was like I needed like a little. I feel like I need a little kick in the ass. And it's like it was funny because I hit up the dude that runs iBattle. I was like, yo, has a battler ever said this? And he goes, no, but if you stop bullshitting, you'll be the dude to do it. I said, okay. I see it. So like, and then from what we talked about outside of LA, like these people, folks watching, they don't know. It's deep.
It's deep.
It's
deep.
New Year's 2023, we could be seeing it again in a GCW ring, maybe.
Oh my God! No, this guy's a fucking professional, man. He's alive, dude. Right. Come on, bro. I'll get cooked.
Well, I can't have a cipher with you in Toronto, but I could definitely smoke some weed with you. So
hey, we'll have a different cipher.
Different one. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, all scythes are nice scythes for me.
Straight up.
Perfect. And yeah, well, I'm here on Wednesdays. This week also, actually, since this is coming out on Wednesday, so tomorrow I'm doing something that's another podcast. I will be on Between Two Beards, their Double or Nothing preview show over on Love Wrestling. So check that out. It'll be on my Twitter. My Twitter's right. There's my Twitter right there. So just check that out.
You're much better at pointing at things than I am.
I've been doing it for over a year and I still can't get it right without like skimming it through the screen. So, yeah. Catch us next week. Thanks for spending some time with us. Thank you again to Emil for joining us.
Hey, thank you guys so much.
Bullshitting on the internet for an hour and change. We'll see you next week. Have a great one. And yeah, peace and love.